Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Colleen, MikeColleen.com, and this is going to be another video series on Narcissist. So this video is going to be about a situation that I just got into this week that I got out of real fast because I can see it now. So that's the advantage to waking up to, at the very least, seeing narcissists. When you can see a narcissist, you can get out really fast. It used to be I couldn't see it at all. And then it was 8 years, and then it was 3 years, and then it was like, say, a year, and then it was 6 months. Now I can catch it the first conversation, okay? So here's what happened. I'm going to jump right into it. I was on an online dating site, which I got off of because of this experience. One thing I want to tell you right now, online dating sites are a haven for narcissists. They're all over those things. So there's a much higher chance you're going to bump into a narcissist. The good news is, I call it popping. So I popped earlier this year, okay? Technically it was before that, but I had a really good experience to confirm it, okay? So that was a totally different experience. That's not what I'm talking about now, but here's the thing. And so other people are calling it going supernova. Like, you could see it. Once your eyes open, technically it's your third eye, you can look back into your past and you can tell who was a narcissist and who wasn't. It becomes crystal clear. The other advantage is your whole life suddenly makes sense for the first time in your life. I had a client today who called from the East Coast. I think it was Maryland. So one thing that popped up was she had said, I'm not there yet. And I think she threw out the word paranoid. And I thought, wow, that's so funny. Because she said something like, oh, it sounds like, you know, you're paranoid or something like that. Or she was paranoid. I forget how she said it. But here's the thing. I said, no. Before, when I couldn't see the narcissist, I didn't know who was good and who was bad. I couldn't tell the difference. So that back then, I was like, you could say I was paranoid to an extent of, I didn't know who I could talk to and who I couldn't talk to. I didn't know who was good or who was bad. And it always seemed to be that no matter what person I picked as a friend or a girlfriend, they ended up being a narcissist. It was like one after another, after another, after another, because if you've been paying attention, they do target certain people, sensitive people, open-hearted people, empaths, empathetic people, because we're the nice people. Well, that's another video. I'll make a video on that, on people they target. I'm going to write that right here. So, let me just dive right into it, okay? So here's the deal. Because I can see it now, okay, this is the advantage. Before, I didn't know who was and who wasn't, so I didn't know who to trust because I didn't know what was going on. Now it's a very clearly defined understanding of, like, oh shit, that's a narcissist. Now here's the thing though. Even if they're not a narcissist, let's just say they have narcissistic traits or they're just a real mean, bad person. I'm going to use a cuss word. Just an asshole. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. If someone is disrespecting you and being rude and treating you in a very harsh, mean, fucked up way, leave them. Get away. Cut it off. That's all you need to know. You don't need to be able to see them, but you do need to have strong boundaries, meaning I don't let people treat me that way, period. And that's what happens when you go supernova, when you wake up, because you get hurt so many times for so long, and there's that one time when it hurts so bad that your boundaries, you're like, nope, I'm done. No more of this. No, because you see it. The lady I talked to today said, you know, I had another experience a while back and I'm scared. And she goes, but I caught it faster. And here's what happens. Because you keep seeing the same patterns. All right. So let me get right into what this video is about. Okay. I'm going to jump right into what this video is about. I had an experience this week, about 4 or 5 days ago. It's somebody that I met on an online dating site, which I'm off of now because of this experience. And yes, I do know that dating sites are a haven for narcissists. Okay, so I do not recommend them if you can't see them. All right. I want to say this also to all of you. For those of you who are going through this, you're probably either an empath or very empathetic or some kind of a light worker. We are going through a huge shift in, call it the universe right now. The actual energy from the moon, the stars, the sun, the way everything's shifting, we're shifting from Pisces age into Aquarius. So there's a lot of things that are moving and it's causing a lot of pain and it's causing a lot of things going on right now. I might make another video on that at another time. So be patient is what I'm saying. You're going to get through this. We're getting closer and closer. I'm talking within months, okay? So just chill out, relax, get your extra sleep, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, getting your minerals. Minerals will help you. In fact, I'm going to show you something right now. Hold on. Here is a mineral supplement that I came across this year that is fairly cheap but really high grade. It's by Thorne and it's called Catalyte, okay? It's a powder, tastes great. I think it's let's see, what is it? Lemon lime flavored electrolytes. Get your minerals. That's my point. Okay, so now here's what happened. I met a lady, and I caught it the first phone call. I mean, it was really fast. Now, part of it is because I am so, call it a super empath. I have a level of discernment now with everyone. The client I talked to today for the first time, the whole time I was listening to her, my first thing is this a narcissist? Because they will fuck with you. Excuse my language. They will come after us. It's happening. I've had clients as narcissists that I eventually figured out what was going on, had to get rid of them. All right. So here's the deal. We were on the first phone call, and this video's purpose is to show you some of the signs so you can see it, so you can pick up on it faster. All right. So we're in this conversation, and right away her energy level was kind of, I hate to say it, but it was low, kind of dense. All right. And here's the way the conversation went. It was all about, well, let me start it this way. One of the things is she didn't want to give out any information at all. And that's the thing I noticed was that's kind of weird because she was asking me a ton of questions about me the whole time. The little bit that I did get out of her was she was divorced. She was completely on the other side of the country from her husband. And the third thing, the fact that someone's divorced obviously doesn't make them a narcissist. So it's not one thing. It's a series of things. Okay. All right. So I'm back. All right. So here's what happened. Throughout the conversation, it was basically like a question and answer session where she was asking all the questions and I was answering, and I finally stopped, go, okay, hold on, whoa. Like, tell me something about yourself. She goes, oh, well, I don't do that. I was like, what? Here's why. Narcissist, okay, I can literally think of 2 narcissists right off the top of my head that I'd known for like a while. And I realized, like, I don't know this person. I don't know anything about this person. Nothing. Their job, and that's about it. And yet the whole time, in fact, every time we got together, they would ask me, like, oh, are you close to your parents? Are you, oh God, what was the other thing? Anything about, what about your grandparents? How many brothers and sisters? It was just, now here's the thing. She was doing this in the first conversation. So I was telling my client today, and she goes, well, yeah, but Michael, she's a woman and she's trying to find out who you are. It's like, yeah, oh, absolutely. I understand that. But there's a difference. I said, whenever you meet someone that you really like and you're attracted to, I go, do you give them the 50 questions like you're a detective? She goes, well, what do you mean? I go, doesn't it normally go like, oh, where are you from? Like, oh, I'm from Napa. Oh, really? Oh, I love Napa. Napa's so wonderful. And they'll say like, oh, I'll say like, oh, have you ever been to Domaine Chandon? Or I'll mention one of the wineries. Like, oh, no, I've never been. Oh, it's beautiful. It's this natural flow in conversation. It's not this 50 questions like an inspector or detective, okay? And the thing about it was she was pulling, and I finally, I went for a little while. But then what happened was I had stopped and I said, whoa. I go, look, we're not really having a conversation here. You're just asking me questions. And there's no kind of like give and take. I go, I don't know anything about you. And she goes, oh, well, I don't do that. I don't tell anyone about myself. I'm like, oh, well, how about giving me your favorite color? She goes, well, I'm like, your favorite color? And at that point, I'm like, that's a serious red flag. Now, my gut, I had already felt it. Like, this is a narcissist. But the thing is, I really wanted to learn and figure this out and really get some solid evidence. And so the other pieces she had finally given me was she was divorced, which is fine. That does not make someone a narcissist. But she was on the other end of the country. Now, one thing about narcissists is when they get revealed, they will leave and go to the other. They literally will leave the state, okay? Because when people around like, oh my God, that's a narcissist, people don't like that. So another thing you're going to learn about narcissists, I know because in my past I've had a few that did this. they will suddenly just leave town. They'll have money saved up. They will have plans. They'll have this whole thing set up, and they're gone like literally overnight, gone. They'll have a place to move to, place to stay. They'll have money saved up, all that, right? So in and of itself, again, that doesn't really make someone a narcissist, okay? Maybe I'll tell you what my ex-girlfriend did. Like you'll see it then, like holy shit. So with this one, I had a real strong gut feeling. So the other thing she told me though was she was in touch with her ex. That's what narcissists will do. They will stay in touch with 2, 3, 4, or more if they can, of people that they've been dating, relationships, or their targets where they suck energy from, okay? While they're looking for an A supply, someone that's, top grade supply of energy to suck off of, to drain your energy, okay? And I am going to do a video on the arguing and how they argue and what they do, because it's going to be part of the series, because it's what she did. It's different between someone who argues versus someone who argues to drain your energy. And I'll explain and break that down on how to see that. So at the end of this first conversation, I had realized she was still in touch. She was at the other side of the country, which in and of itself doesn't necessarily mean they're a narcissist, but that's a big step for a woman to totally leave everything she's had and go somewhere where she doesn't know anybody, okay? So that is a big deal for anybody. And so the main thing was, here was the real main kicker, was she kept asking questions about me, even after I said, whoa, I go, because there was no natural flow, this back and forth, where, oh, where are you from? Oh, well, I'm from this and this and that. And there wasn't oh, really? Oh, I love that place. It's so beautiful. Or I've always wanted to go there. It just looks so beautiful in the pictures and the movies and, whatever, right? There was no give and take there. Oh, when I was a little kid, yeah, I met this friend. She said, oh my God, I had the same experience. There was none of that at all.
So what a narcissist will do is they gather information about your history and about who you are for a couple reasons. Number one, they're trying to see if you're going to be an easy target. Are you nice? Do you have a big brother or sister that's going to beat them up if they hurt you? Okay, I'm serious. So they're also gathering information that they can use against you to hurt you, okay? And that's why they won't give you any of their information. In fact, my last 2 narcissists, I realized years later, because someone was like, I don't really know anything about them. And it dawned on me like, wow, I've known this person for years and I don't know anything about them other than their job. So that's why narcissists hide any information about them, and they won't tell you any, and they'll deflect and change the conversation.
The one thing was, she tended to be a very logical person, because narcissists are extremely logical people, okay? Because that's what they do. They escape from their emotional processor, the right brain, and they go to the extreme in the left, okay? So they'll be very logical people. So it wasn't a natural conversation, which is a very left brain narcissistic person. That's not natural. The right brain is the natural. So there was I had about 5 clues right there, okay? So the next day I decided, at this point I'm like, nah, she's a narcissist. No way. I was already done. I could already feel it. So then the next day.
Okay, so go to the next video for part 2, and I'm going to fill you in on more of the information. And remember, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.